Hello guys, Janos here and welcome to AOTU. And today in this video, I'm here to present you guys with a list of the top 3 contestant characters in this game that you should be rerolling for, because these characters are definitely going to help you a lot with your game progression. Alright, so let's get this started. The first one and the most amazing character on the list is definitely going to be Gray. This character kind of reminds me of the Hatake Kawase from the Naruto, and he definitely looks damn amazing indeed. Pretty nostalgic figure out here. Ladies and gentlemen, he is classified as the brawler and counter type, and he is best placed on the front row. Anyways, let's see what kind of skills that he presents on the table. Looking on to his special skill right out here, known as the Block Slash. It deals the physical damage to the opponent out there. Launch a basic attack and prepares to counter one attack this turn. Your counter deals 64% of your physical attack as physical damage. So more the physical attack stats that you are going to provide to him, the more damage is going to deal out to the opponents out there. This buff is removed after your counter is triggered. And ladies and gentlemen, if you actually manage to unlock this passive skill known as the offensive defense, then this is actually going to allow you to trigger the counter twice. Okay, so yeah, there we go. And that is a lot more additional utility to him, and he definitely can keep on countering a lot more with a lot of damage out there, guys, because he's also kind of built for the damage. Anyways, now let's move on to his meta skill known as the Empowered Slash. Okay, what it says that like it has a cooldown of 4 turns, which I think is pretty cool, and it costs 4 meta. And I think that is pretty average. Okay, pretty considerable amount of meta charge out there. Empower physical attack. Extend the range of your basic attack so he can actually reach to a lot more opponents out there who are far away from him thanks to his Empowered Slash. Okay, and increases your physical attack by 21%. And it lasts for 3 turns, which I think is pretty viable. 3 turns is a lot of turns out there, and being able to improve his own physical attack, definitely he will be able to keep on dealing a lot more damage. Remember guys, he can counter not just once but for twice if you especially unlock his passive skill known as the offensive defense. So improvement in his physical attack is definitely going to be a really great stuff out here, and on top of that one, he can actually reach to far away opponents out there as well with his basic attack. So that is really great, isn't it? Now let's move into his meta little skill known as the Slicing Assault. Now it has a cooldown of 5 turns, okay, which I think is pretty good enough, and it costs 7 meta, which I think is quite expensive. Anyways, let's see what it does. Physical damage, guys. It deals physical damage to the opponent out there whoever he attacks. Attack one enemy unit within 2 blocks 5 times in succession. Oh my god. Each attack dealing 42% of your physical attack as physical damage. Multiply and do your math, and just imagine how much damage he can actually deal to the opponent out there. Definitely this kind of skill is going to be really helpful in the boss fights out there. The amount of damage that he is going to deal is gonna be great, and whenever he is performing that 5 times succession like strikes, definitely he is going to look really cool indeed out there in the battlefield. So really awesome stuff, guys. Really awesome stuff. Next is going to be his ultimate counter. While below 33% HP, you are immune to most of the debuffs. So this skill actually can improve his sustainability by a lot of like by a high margin. Okay, it's so good. It's so good indeed. Being able to immune to most of the debuffs, not only that he's going to be a really practical or viable unit in the PvE contents, but also in the arena contents. In arena with Gray on your side, definitely you will be able to dominate your opponents. Being able to be immune to the debuffs, oh my god, that's so necessary in the arena contents. And well, that is so good out here. Next is gonna be this offensive defense. He can convert 1% of his physical defense into physical attack. Oh my god, more power to the damage. Okay, because he deals the physical damage based on his physical attack stats. Higher the physical attack, definitely the more the damage is going to deal, right? So if he's actually going to convert his physical defense into physical attack, definitely he is going to be able to dish out some impressive damage out there in the entire game, thanks to his Slicing Assault as well. So that is so good indeed. And finally, his passive skill, the final passive skill known as the Ward. Each turn, after the first time you take damage, reduces all subsequent damage by 23%. Oh my god. Look at this, guys. These two passive skill known as the ultimate counter and the ward, he definitely boasts to have a really good sustainability in the battlefield out there, being able to be immune to the debuffs and also at the same time being able to keep on reducing the incoming damages by up to like 23%. I mean, like, you can keep on improving this skill as well, okay, to get even better boost. Oh my god, this is so good. Really, really good. So this guy is really viable for any kind of content out there, whether it be the boss fight, whether it be the PvE contents, whether it be the arena contents or those PvP contents, guys. He's definitely going to be a really great asset for your team. Alright, so there we go, guys. Great, amazing unit. Looks cool and does cool stuffs in the game out there, being able to deal one of the best damage out there possible, especially with his ultimate skill. Anyways, now let's move on to the next character, and his name is Godrose. And thanks to the current rate of banner, you have the high chance to get him out there. Alright, so there we go, guys. And now let's start talking about his skills. Alright, so looking into his special skill out here known as the sweep, it deals physical damage, but only just one enemy? No, it is an AoE attack. Come on, guys. Just with basic special skill, he will be able to deal AoE attack. That is so cool, isn't it? So definitely this guy is gonna be preferable for so many beginners out there if you really want to speed clear the contents out there, because this guy is a AoE god, okay? He is the one who is going to be able to hurt a lot of opponents in just one single strike. Deals 62% of your physical attack as physical damage to 4 enemy units within one block and reduces the damage you take by 15% this turn. Think about it. He can hurt up to a total of 4 enemies. Definitely he's going to be a really great teammate if you have a cleaving team, okay? So there we go, 4 enemies in just one strike. That's awesome. And not only that, he's also going to reduce the incoming damage by 15% for this turn. Definitely a great unit out there for sustenance plus dealing a lot of damage to multiple units out there. Definitely a must-have skill that you want to use in order to speed clear the contents out there in the story mode progression, okay? So that's gonna be it. Next is gonna be the meta skill. It's known as the perfect attraction. Cooldown 4 turns and cost is also 4 meta. So I would say it is pretty average and pretty preferable. Not really that bad. Displace. Pull 3 enemies within 2 blocks of you vertically or horizontally toward you. This is gonna be a great skill, especially for the arena con, especially if you are planning to pull off some combos out there, guys. Alright, think about it. Dealing 22% of your physical attack as physical damage and sealing the target for 2 turns. And it is quite helpful for him as well, because if he is going to pull the enemies towards him, definitely he will be able to hurt them even better, because his physical damage that he can deal to the 4 enemy units is kind of limited within the 1 block, right? So definitely he is supposed to pull them to himself, and that's going to be a really great help to for this character in order to dish out his skill even with greater effectivity. So there we go, guys. Really good indeed. And on top of that one, he can even seal the targets for 2 turns. Oh my god, definitely a must-have skill for the PvP content. Next is gonna be the meta lethal, okay, skill known as the Dara Staff, and it has a 6 turns of cooldown and 8 meta cost. Wow, it's pretty expensive indeed, but let's see what it does. All right, physical damage, it deals the physical damage to the opponents and deals 63% of your physical attack as physical damage to all the enemy units within 2 blocks. Okay, so any number of units that is within the 2 blocks are gonna get hurt real bad. All right, so that's so good indeed. Deals higher damage to targets that are closer. So think about that, guys. This has the potential to wipe out so many horde of opponents out there, to clear the mobs right away just like that. It's so good indeed. If you really want to have a really good wiper out there, then definitely he can wipe out the mobs of enemies out there just like Eraser, okay? He can just do it very swiftly. Next is gonna be the Godlike Might, his passive skill, and it says it raises his crit by 11% each time you kill an enemy unit in the battle. Wow, think about it, man. Oh my god, the crit boost as a passive, that is so amazing, and it keeps on improving as long as he manages to kill the enemy unit. And definitely it's not going to be a really big problem for him to kill multiple units in just one single strike. Think about it. The chances, the potential for him to keep on improving his critical hit rate is massive. So try to keep on improving his physical attack so that he can keep on dealing a lot of damage, so that he can kill a lot of opponents out there. And as long as he keeps on managing to kill a lot of opponents in the battlefield, he keeps on improving his critical stats as well. And that is so freaking damn amazing, man. It's so cool. He definitely can actually give you a lot of big smile on your faces, okay? Next is gonna be the Godlike Ward, another passive skill. Sweep, it says, range increases to one surrounding block. Wow, that's all he needed, man. He can actually increase his range as well. Think about it. The more enemies that he can reach with his basic skills. Oh my god, that's so good. Really, really good, guys. And it reduces physical damage taken by 2% as well. So more survivability, yay. He can really survive in the battlefield out there thanks to his special skill that actually allows him to reduce the incoming damage by 15% for the turn, right? And next is gonna be this Godlike Ward that is also going to improve his resistance towards the physical damage. That is so great indeed. And lastly, the final passive skill is known as the Almighty. Wow, the title itself looks sounds really cool, isn't it? Basic attack and group attack ranges increases to 2 blocks. Oh my god, more block increase. That's, oh man, oh, that's good. That's really good, guys. Think about his potential being able to erase so many opponents out there in the battlefield with his blocks reach improvement. Oh my god, not just 1 but 2 blocks. Holy Christ, that's so great. Increases damage dealt to enemy units under 50% HP by 8% as well. Oh my god, and with the improvement in the damage output, definitely he will be able to have easier time in killing out those opponents, right? And if he manages to kill those kill those opponents out there in the battlefield, definitely he will have those improvement in his crit stats as well. So there's a lot of synergy going around even within his own skill sets, and that's definitely so awesome indeed. He's a godlike character, ladies and gentlemen. Having Godrose in your team is definitely going to be a really huge plus point to you guys in the battlefield. It can really make you a lot more happy out there with the fast content clearance, okay? So yeah, for a beginner, Godrose, I would say he is really preferred. He is really recommended, guys, okay? Try to get him as much as possible. And now let's move on to the third character on the list, and that's gonna be Ray. This guy is really cool. Not really that superb as the previous 2 characters that I mentioned, but he actually holds his own ground as well. He's classified as light type, AoE attack, and back row type unit. Alright, so let's see what sort of skills that he provides on the table. The special skill is known as the Thunderbolt. It deals magical damage, deals 67% of your magical attack, adds magical damage to 2 enemy units within 2 blocks. That's quite an amazing reach, alright? And I would say keep on improving his magical attack stats so that he can keep on dealing a lot of damage. And definitely this skill is gonna be a really great help for the beginners out there in order to start speed clearing the contents, because it's a mini AoE skill, alright? So really good indeed. Next is gonna be his meta skill. That's gonna have 0 cooldown. Think about it. You can keep on spamming this skill as long as you have meta cost with you, okay? As long as you have enough amount of meta, you can keep on spamming this skill over and over again. And the name of the skill also kind of strikes really good, isn't it? Swift Thunder. Magical damage deals 62% magical damage to the enemies with the lowest HP within 2 blocks. That's pretty good reach. Can be used more than once per turn. So that is so good. As long as you have enough amount of meta, you can keep on spamming the skill. That's so good. Next is gonna be the Thunderous Descent. Alright, it has a cooldown of 6 turns and it costs 9 meta. Oh my god, it's so expensive indeed. 9 meta, wow. Magical damage deals 84% of your magical attack as magical damage to 3 enemy units within 3 blocks. Okay, so that's a lot of enemy that he's covering, and he can actually hurt them even from far away. That's 3 blocks, ladies and gentlemen. So even if the opponents are far away, like 3 blocks away, they are still gonna get hurt real bad with this Thunderous Descent, and it's a meta lethal attack. Okay, but its charge is quite high. 9 meta cost, guys, that's a lot. Anyways, now let's start talking about his passive skills. Inductive Empowerment, it says, gains 2 meta and raises your magical attack by 1.2% each time you kill an enemy unit. Stacks up to a maximum of 3%. So think about it. He can gain extra meta so that he can keep on using those special skills, and that could be quite helpful for the team out there as well, because meta can be shared, right? So well, thanks to that meta point, definitely you can have those other hero units out there that can actually keep on using those skills real nice, and that's going to be a really great help to you guys. All right, and he can keep on raising his magical attack as well, like 1.2%. That can stack up to a total of 3 times, and if you keep on improving this skill, definitely it's gonna be more better. Okay, so that is so good indeed. I would say really awesome. Next is gonna be the Blessing of Thunder. Raises your magical attack 1% and your magic penetration by 2%. So definitely he is catered towards dealing a lot more damage to the opponents. Thanks to the increase in magical attack stat, definitely he will be able to deal more direct damage, right? And thanks to the magic penetration, he will be able to improve the damage done to the opponent out there by ignoring some of the defense of the opponent. So that is so good indeed. Next is gonna be the Lightning Field. Passive skill, guys. Your special skills can target 2 more units. Alright. Increases Thunderous Descent range by 4 blocks and raise your magical defense by 1%. So his Thunderbolt can attack 2 more enemies, like a total of 4 enemy units with just one special skill. That has no cooldown, no meta cost. You can keep on spamming this skill, guys. This is so great indeed, alright? And his Thunderous Descent will also be improved. Why? Like how? Increases Thunderous Descent range by 4 blocks. Oh my god. You will be able to reach even more enemies out there. 3 plus 4, that's 7 blocks away. No wonder this Thunderous Descent skill is quite heavy meta cost. Okay, I mean, like, it costs a lot of meta over here because it has 7 blocks of reach. So even if you are really far away, you can still reach those opponents and deal some really crazy damage out there. And that is the reason why the developers have actually recommended this character to be placed on the back row out there. So with that said, those are the top 3 characters that you are supposed to reroll for. First is definitely going to be Gray. He looks so damn amazing and he can deal some really good single target nuking damages. Really great for the boss fights out there. And if you are going to take him into the PvP contents or those arena contents, definitely he's gonna give you a lot more advantage against your real-time opponents. Next is gonna be the Godrose, who kinda looks like the Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, right? He is the classification of fighter and crit. Yes, he really does improve his crit stats real nice as long as he can keep on like killing those opponents out there. If he manages to kill the opponents, he will keep on improving his crit stats, right? And that is definitely going to allow him to deal a lot more critical damage to the opponents out there, and that in return will allow him to even kill more opponents more easily. So that's so good, guys. The synergy within the skills of the Godrose is just godlike. Okay, it's massive, it's impressive, it's real good. Next is gonna be the Ray. He's classified as light, AOE attack, and the back row unit. Alright, so he can actually deal some really heavy damage to the opponents out there, like multiple units at the same time, like up to 4 units with just his special skills, right? And he has very long reach, like 7 blocks away enemies will be hurt by him. So that is really good indeed. Alright, and he can keep on improving his damage thanks to the boost in his magical attack and magical penetration as well. So there we go, guys. If you guys have different opinions, insights, feedbacks, please do let me in the comment section below. If you really do agree with my list, please do hit that like and subscribe button right away. I really do need that. I really need your support and help. And if you have any other complaints, then let's have a good discussion. Just put your comments down in the comment section below, alright? So anyways, that's it and done. See you guys in the next video.